Hi Russell.
Hello Lucy.
How are you today?
Good. I feel like I'm in a very good mood. I'm in London, England, and the weather is bright and fair, so I thought that.
For once.
I mean, yesterday there was rain, but today it is fair. And an English person is in tune with the weather, right? Because we're on an island, we're obsessed with it, it changes a lot, so I'm kind of happy.
Bookywook 2 is probably going to be a bestseller. Did you enjoy writing this one more than the first book?
Yes, because in the first book that I wrote, there was a lot of trauma to cover, right? My childhood, which was a bit difficult, and like I knew there's bits of it that might upset my mum or dad. There was drug addiction, which is a real pain in the arse to go through and to revisit. Nick, my manager, who's the person that forces me to do writing, he locks me in a paddock and prods me into typing, because otherwise I'll just go, oh, let's not do any writing today, this chair's not very comfortable, I can't write. So Nick will prod me into it until I start writing. Whereas this time, although there were things that were difficult, they're not nearly so difficult as the things outlined in Bookywook 1. But there are things that, say when you buy a book by a famous person, which I've done loads of times, Michael Caine's book I've got in Carl Barat's one, that's out now also, right? You want to know about stuff that when they were famous, don't you? You want to go, oh, what was it like when you were making that TV programme or whatever? So this is good for that, because it's like, it says about how I felt while things were happening, like, you know, that big scandal that I did, or let's just open it on this page. Look, here I am being I'm having Paul McKenna hypnotise me into not being in love with this girl, Teresa Palmer, who was in a film I did, Bedtime Stories. She's an Australian actress, stupidly pretty. Not necessarily stupid, in fact not stupid, but just when, you know, when some people are so good looking, it makes you want to be sick in your own mouth. Yeah. She was one of those people.
I have to ask you about the Kate Moss story in the book, because that's been all over everywhere.
Has it? It's been all over everywhere, it's been up the walls, up the curtains, I saw a bit of it by a bus.
That's exactly how it happened.
Well, you know, as was prominently announced at the time, I went on a date with Kate Moss, which was bedazzling, as one can imagine. But I wouldn't like to irritate her, so I don't know, one has to be polite. But I've already put it in this book, and I've put it in as lucid and elaborate terms as I would care to within these pages. And I think that anyone that reads this book will be satisfied, unless they're a pervert or particularly interested in the anatomy of celebrities, in which case they may feel shortchanged.
Well, I think our users would like to read that, not because they're perverts. But
I'm sure your users aren't perverts, although they're on the internet, and probably the gateway to their interest in your site was porn, if they're male, and if they're women, then it's more difficult to judge.
Shopping.
Most likely shopping.
I just want to read out part of the book that I've seen, I think's lovely. About Katie, of course. You'll think it frivolous of me to say I knew I'd marry her on that first date. The truth is, I fell in love with her when she hit me with that bottle. From the first date I changed. No more women. Well, actually, thousands of women. I wake up to a different one each day. They're all her. That is agonisingly romantic and lovely. Would you ever write a book to teach modern men how to be as romantic as you?
This is that book.
Oh, good timing.
Yeah, this is like, if you read it, everyone has romanticism within them, so no one needs to be taught it. It's there already. You just have to allow it to be expressed. So this is that book. It has already been written.
Well, you should advertise it that way.
Be more like a guide. Yeah, Step 1, get a flower. 2, stick it by chin of woman. 3, say, you like butter. That flower was a buttercup.
That naked picture of you on Twitter that you posted the other day, no, it's wonderful. A lot of people liked it from what I could hear. Do you still have a copy of that book, and are you going to auction it?
We are going to get that book and dice it into tiny cubes and sacrifice it to a pagan god as an apology to all other gods.
So, just to finish up, I've got some questions from some users, fans of yours.
Users? You user! You used me!
Well, that's what we call our users. So, from James, he's asked, what is the craziest gift a fan has ever sent to you?
A duckling with lobster claws as a piece of art, I think.
It wasn't alive, was it?
No, because, you know, the process of sending it through the post and the application of lobster claws would end the life of even the most ardent duckling, I think. Because ducklings are frail, aren't they? If you separate them from their mum for a minute, they'll freak out. They like to follow them around.
That's probably one of the weirdest things I've ever heard.
You get a lot of big pants with writing on them.
Nice.
Sometimes little pants are thrown at you, but like, because I'm a comedian, people like throw big pants.
Are they clean?
I like to think that they are, but I don't examine them in a manner that would reveal whether or not they were.
When was the last time you blushed and why? And that's from Nick.
Blush all the time. Sometimes I say a word wrong, or I'll I trip over a lot, or my friends embarrass me all the time and trick me and make me say stuff. Probably yesterday, my girlfriend embarrasses me frequently.
What does Katie do to embarrass you?
You know what women are like. They undermine you all the time. You can't. They're very difficult people. The women. You're one of them.
If you could choose, would you rather West Ham win the FA Cup or Katie win a Grammy? If it could only be one, ever.
West Ham win the FA Cup, because I think Katie winning a Grammy, that's up to her. She can sort it out herself. She will win Grammys, I think.
But she's not allowed to win a Grammy if they win the FA Cup, that's it.
Still West Ham, because I want West Ham to win the FA Cup. That's my whole I've supported West Ham for my whole life. Katie could win another award. But I think she'll win Grammys anyway. I'm so confident. Listen, this is what I think. Katie will definitely win awards because I have absolute faith in her talent as a musician. West Ham are a ramshackle bunch of toe rags. So if they get a chance for a cosmic advantage, I have to give it to them.
Thank you for talking to us, Russell.
Thank you for talking to me, Lucy.